So give all praise, Yahweh Shem Shabbat Kakadash, honors, apostles, men, true, and like-minded ones who teach the truth of knowledge. The Wadi Yahweh Shem shall put a spirit out as apostles and like-minded ones who teach the truth of knowledge. We know the truth of knowledge. We call Yahweh Shem Shabbat Kakadash. Give all praise, Yahweh Shem Shabbat Kakadash. More news reports, top news. Larry Kudrow will buy to never learn, pretty much. Former IRS contractor sentenced to prison for leaking Trump's tax returns. It's updated news. It's a 5-year-old girl found, father arrested after wife found shot dead. Funeral of the 21 Israeli soldiers in Gaza, deleted in Gaza or killed in Gaza. There's a funeral related to memorial, related to in memory of them. Emily Earhart's missing plane. Donald Trump claims the wealth come back to haunt him. Let me say, Donald Trump's claim of wealth come back to haunt him in jury verdicts, because he has to pay out 2 different high amounts of millions of dollars to 2 different entities, man. Arrests made in Mojave Desert deaths, and you have the Pineapple Express relating to this type of moisture and cold weather mixture. You know what I mean? Starting, let's say, atmosphere to impact the entire West Coast this week. We see what it says here. Multiple rounds of tropical moisture to extend to the west, because you've been having an influx of this cold, this hot, this cold, this hot. You know what I mean? Marylanders target and a murder for hire plot, assassination plot relating to that. You have President Biden, Texas governor, relating to dispute relating to the border, locked in a bitter dispute over the border. So that's a major issue. You have the Senate bipartisan border bill faces opposition from Trump's House GOP. So you have opposition. Remember, Trump made a statement, don't support relating to the border bill or something. So you're going to have that Matthew 12:25 and 26, Luke 17 and 18, and you're going to have Mark 3:24 through 26. Put 27 in there. Just know it here. 12 UN aid members found to be actively aiding Hamas. Pretty much a form of espionage, perhaps, and a form of betrayal, man. You know what I mean? Inside, you know what I mean? Forming these, you know? With espionage in a matter of speaking, pretty much aiding, informer. Let's get that word. It's aiding or abetting related to your enemy, man. Espionage. Let me see. Treason. Here we go. Treason. Shalak. Treason and treason. Betrayal, treason. Treasons against the United States shall consist only in levying war against them or adhering to their enemies, giving them aid and comfort. And that's to the enemies, man. Give them aid and comfort, man, relating to these 3 acts of treason. Levying war against it, adhering to enemies, or giving them aid and comfort. So that would be levels of treason. California definition: treason against the state of California is defined similarity to the United States Constitution. California Constitution states that treason against the state consists only in levy against it, adhering to its enemies, and giving them aid and comfort. That's what that goes to. Abetting and aiding, you know what I mean? And a good example of that would be transferring arms, ammunition, supplies, money, etc. to the enemy. So they relating to that UN thing, that's what they're probably doing, relating to support. It could be economically, it could be logistical, it could be information, it could be different things, man. Ammunition, arms, and different things, man, to aid and abet into the enemy, man. That does not include the furnishing of substance or quarters, comfort, or aid that is lawfully entitled to prisoner of war, man. That's what that is. And that was that article. Let me say UN support and relating to Hamas. Let me see. We'll go back to that. So 12 UN aid members found to be actively aided. That's former treason. Shalak on that. This is treason, not espionage. Espionage is for spies, for Shalak. So it's treason, and that's what they accuse of, and that's a major offense, man. Additional damages awarded to Jean Carroll and Trump defamation case. A lot of money that Trump has to pay out was 83 million. These are reports here. Breaking news: Elise Stefanik and the House Republicans excoriate Biden over the border security, man. Excoriate. And basically, excoriate means to berate severely, verbally. You know what I mean? Excoriate. To denounce or berate severely, flay verbally, excoriate for his mistakes. So he's being severely and verbally condemned relating to his mistakes, man. Condemnation, pretty much. That article says the numbers don't lie, you know what I mean? So, because the border is a big issue relating to that. That was 40 minutes ago. Let me see. We had some incident with three soldiers were killed over in Iran. by Iranian-backed militants, that a drone that hit that base near Syria. Here's the three of them here. So-called African American, so-called black so-called black, reservist, young, Scripture talks about in the last days there should be perilous times, man. You know what I mean? And you're seeing perilous times, man. 2 Timothy 3:1. You know what I mean? You're seeing that. It's perilous times. You're hearing the wars, rumors of wars, and seeing the wars too, man. You're seeing these wars. You're hearing about wars, the gossip news of wars, and you're seeing actual wars happening, man. You're seeing people dying, being killed. You know what I mean? You're seeing that, man. There's a report talking about does U.S. have to get involved relating to the War of III, and I've seen another video talking about U.S. won't be supported relating to by the NATO. They won't be supported or something. So that goes to 1716, man. These nations are starting to. Scripture talks about these nations getting mad. Nations becoming mad. Let's get it. See if I can get it real quick. And that also goes to part of the division as well, man. Talk about the allied nations. Jeremiah 51:7. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand that had made all the nations earth drunken. The Western philosophy is that wine, man. Mixed in with the ideology, traditions of the West, man. Made all the earth drunken of that. The Western philosophies. Pretty much where these nations respectfully copy the ways of the West, thinking it's, they become like the West, man. And mimicking, imitation, but they realizing that the West is not what it seems, man. It's not cracked up what it's made to be, man. You know what I mean? They're realizing it's nonsense, it's foolishness, man. It's BS. Babylon had been a golden cup in the Lord's hand and made all the earth drunken through the ideology, philosophies, the ways of the West, the Western philosophy. That's that wine, man. The nations have drunken of her wine. Therefore, the nations are mad. So the nations are mad, man, because they realizing we don't like this no more. We don't want this. You know what I mean? And they realizing it, so they becoming mad, man. But Jeremiah, let me see. Where is this script? Revelations 17:16. We'll get it. And 16. And the 10 horns which thou sawest upon the beast shall hate the whore. So these nations, EU, NATO, they turn which the whore which relates to Babylon is riding on. That's that collective conglomerate. And shall make her desolate and naked, and shall eat her flesh and burn her with fire. Relate to the missiles. They're going to turn against her, man. Let me see. Daniels. Go to Daniel's, start at 39. And after thee shall another kingdom inferior to thee, another third of brass, and shall bear rule over all the earth. And the fourth shall be as strong as iron, which is Rome. For as much as iron breaketh in pieces, subdue all the things, and as iron that breaketh all these shall break in pieces and bruise, man. And that's the fourth one. It's going to be more powerful, more superior than the previous three, man. Whereas the assaults the feet and the toes, all part of the potter's clay, and part iron, and part of iron, the kingdom shall be divided. But there shall be in it the strength of iron, for as much as thou sawest iron mixed with miry clay, man. So it's going to be strength, but it's also going to be weakness and vulnerability, man. And they're not going to be cohesive. They're not going to really mesh together, man. So that's part of that division as well, man. You know what I mean? So they're not going to connect. And there's also going to be vulnerability and weakness relating to that. Partly strong, partly weak, man. And that's what you're seeing, man. You're seeing the weakness, man. You know what I mean? The weakness is not being cohesive or connected together, man, as one, man. And also part of that weakness is being divided, man. You know, even though they try to look like they're meshed together as far as being on one accord, but actually they're divided. You know what I mean? A good example of that are these two oppositionals that control on that bird, man. But they're opposites controlled on that bird, man. You know what I mean? So the point is, that's one is going to be partly strong, one is going to be partly weak, man. And both are oppositional controlled anyway. That work on that operational bird, work on that same bird, man. So they playing their parts, man, in a matter of speaking, man. But 41 talks about how it's going to be weak and partly strong, partly weak, man. You know what I mean? That's the fourth beast, which is now the revised Roman coming back, the revised Rome coming back. You know what I mean? Through a new spearhead, which is America, man. That's what that comes back. You know, that's the revised Roman, man. This is something, when you seeing that in NATO, in the U.S., you seeing the division being set forth. What other news? Let me see. Scripture talks about, for many great miseries in the latter times because they walk greatly in pride. No diplomas, no problem. Navy again, lower requirements. You gotta be a 50 and up for the Navy thing. 50 and up as far as the ASVAB scores, man. So they requiring it because people having trouble coming in here, man. You know what I mean? They're having trouble coming, serving. They're having trouble to meet the qualifications, whether it's Navy, Army, respectfully, or whatever branch. They're not meeting the quotas, whether academically, physically, the assessment, different other things because of background issues, variety of things, man. So they're going to lower the standards, man, you know what I mean? And that could institute, if they really, when it comes to bodies, that could institute what I was always talking about relating to the draft, man. No diploma, no problem. So they lowering their standards, man. You know what I mean? Because people having trouble meeting their quotas and meeting the quotas on their requirements relating to whether Navy, Army, Marines, whatever branch, man. No diploma, no problem. Navy again lowers the requirements as it struggles to meet the recruitment goals, which is their quota, man. So they having trouble reaching, man. And plus, people don't want to join the military because they don't want to get involved with what's going on overseas, man. Scripture, second Esdras 16, 32, 33, Isaiah 3, 25, 26. They're not trying to get a part of that, man. So this is just a few reports relating to some news quick. Hope it helps. Hayal Wolf. Hope it helps. Shalom.